Hello, hello there. Eat your cookie, Ringo. Hope you're doing well. Good morning. So our clocks were pushed forward, so it's like 10:30. I just opened to the sun. Page of Swords. It's kind of funny that I opened that because I had a Leo that was stalking me. It's funny. Hopefully she has moved on. Oh, that's funny. It always tells on her. Saw the 6 of Wands. So, anyway, hope you're doing well. Good morning. Hopefully you got some rest, even though the daylight savings has took an hour from us. Like, why do we still do that? Trying to figure that out. But we move on from other things like it's nothing. I don't know. Nobody likes it. All right, let's see what we need to see today for the collective. Ten of Wands, dropping burdens. Again, it seems that this is like an everyday occurrence. Judgment is at the bottom. So there may be some awakening happening for you or someone else. The Magician and the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles is here. There's something about being independent, knowing your power and when to walk away from something and leave it behind. So let me move some of this out of the way so I have some room. I woke up at 3 this morning. We're showing up as the Temperance card. So Earth Angel energy, also Patience, Alchemist energy. 3 of Pentacles is here. Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands. We're integrating lessons and we know our value with the Queen of Pentacles here. And what is surfacing? What is surfacing today? Oh, I went to the airport this morning. Luckily, I got a trip back that was to Sugarland where I live. So I was like, yes, thank you. Because, you know, it's a long drive. The Hierophant is what's surfacing. So some systems, the Devil is at the bottom. Justice and the Knight of Cups and the Empress is here. So interesting. Interesting. So there may be someone learning lessons about feminine energy, about systems, about justice, about like following the intuition. Hi, could you go lay down? He did the lick his lip thing. Go lay down. Go eat your food. Cause I already gave you ice cream. No more ice cream, babe. No more. No más. Go. Go lay down. All right. So yeah, it could be. Let's see what we have here. We have Libra, Taurus, Capricorn, Libra again, Taurus, I think, yeah, Sag. So, yeah, I think this might be Virgo as well, but at least that's the kind of energy it has. I don't know. Something like that. But, I'm pretty sure, I know it's Taurus. But anyway, so, I don't know, maybe you're schooling somebody on something. We'll clarify. What do we need to expand on with this, or expand? Page of Wands. So I always get like freedom, escape, authenticity, like becoming our true selves, seeing through the illusions. Nine of Cups, Justice, and the Knight of Cups again. So you're getting wish fulfillment in some way, cutting through the illusions by following your intuition and your heart energy. There's something about that coming through. What actions do we need to take? So following your own intuition is how you're going to get whatever you want in life. It's not about like following systems, doing things for other people you don't want to do. It's not about like being, something for someone else. That's not how you manifest. I had to learn that. Yeah. Okay, what actions do we need to take? So definitely dropping those burdens will help you. So justice, finding balance. We also have temperance right above it. So it's about balancing the self, balancing the self. Nine of Pentacles, Judgment, Seven of Swords. There's some sort of escape, healing. So this is awakening to your own independence, finding balance within yourself, escaping, the heartbreak, the binding. See how it's binded. Like I said, finding your own truth. Two of Swords is behind that, and Six of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and the Five of Swords. So yeah, it's about the laws of the universe in a lot of ways. I just saw the Lover's card. It's about your choices, like the choices that we all have choices in life. We can either pursue what we desire, or we can, live a life that we aren't choosing in some way, and whatever it is, it, ends up being something we have to kind of start over, and at some point we end up, unless it's like what we're meant to do, because I feel like a lot of times we get confused about duty, about what we're meant to do in life. We think that, if we just go with the flow in some way, but we aren't being true to like our own inner guidance and stuff, we end up starting over, because it doesn't work out, or it's not, meant to be. Now, if you're being true to yourself and that's what you're meant to do, then it is what it is. But a lot of times we end up doing for others. so it doesn't turn out so well. What resources do we have? So we have 8 of Pentacles coming out, and the 2 of Swords. So this is about self-mastery. It's about knowing what to block out. It's about gifts. It's about moving forward from, this is like narcissistic people, in our lives we've had to walk away from and cut off. It's about that cycle, the cyclical earthworm energy. We cut that and move forward, finding our peace, because we've reevaluated something. Like, it's boring to live a life for somebody else, especially if you're meant to be, this butterfly energy, like this alchemy worker. I mean, the 8 of Pentacles also has this spider and this web here. It's something about what you're creating that's right for you, like what you're doing. So you could also be one of those dark empaths that kind of are narcissist's worst nightmare. Could be because you know the truth and you can see through illusions. Things aren't hidden from you. All right, let's clarify. Do I want to get an oracle first? Which one? Kali? Okay, let's get Kali. It's at the bottom of this stack of tarot deck. Sorry if that was loud. Okay, let's do this, because I haven't done this in a while, and it's Sunday, and I like pulling. I like pulling Kalis on Sundays. I don't know why. There might be something behind that. I don't know. Also, so I was speaking to a professor one day, and this is like a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months. But he was telling me, he's like, they lied to us about what the Sabbath is actually, and he said it's Saturday, it's not Sunday. And like, there's something about, because now I read the Bible every now and then, but like, I'm not a Bible thumper, like a stickler about it, because it's been changed so much. I'm kind of not a believer in everything that I read in. But in Genesis, it was saying something about, how, so God made the world and the universe and all the things, right? So it says something about he did all these things for 6 days, and then he rested on the 7th day. If you start from Sunday, Sunday, so that would be like the start day. Then it would be Saturday as the Sabbath. That's how they got that. I don't know what day we're starting on, right? Is it Monday or is it Sunday? I don't know. But anyways, that's something. So, I also have always been kind of drawn to Saturday, so that might be, it feels true. It feels kind of regular, like it should be Saturday, not Sunday. I don't know. And actually, Sunday is I don't know if he said Sunday is the devil day, but like, it's like the opposite of, the Sabbath or whatever. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. he also sent me like a bunch of stuff to read, which is cool because like I like looking into that thing, things like that, and understanding, what other people think, and anyway. I just like pulling the Kali Oracle. It's funny, I like doing it on Sunday. But also, I think of it as like, okay, if Saturday's the Sabbath, then that's like the masculine day, and then Sunday would be the feminine day, right? And Kali's like, one of those dark feminine, anyway, that's how I see it. So, and the feminine energy is like, even though most of the time you only see like the positive aspects of the feminine, it's also dark, like very dark, darker than masculines. Like masculines, you see them, as like, I would say dark, but in a way of like murder, working too much, being too controlling in some ways. But like the feminine is like the hidden, right? The unseen. Also very ferocious. Like you think of like a wild bear going after like somebody, who's blocking her from her children, right? She will maul you. Like that's that feminine energy. And then, yeah. Also, so anyway, like I feel like the feminine is worse. Like the Black Widow, that's a good example. The Black Widow, she, mates and then slaughters you, basically. But, like, eats you. Like that type of... Anyway. That's how I see, like, the dark feminine. But also, there's light to her, so a balanced feminine is, like, ferocious, but also compassionate, caring, kind, and all the things. But I think that stealthy energy, she'll eat you, physically eat you. I think that's way worse than a man just controlling and maybe being able to like break something with his hands, that strength energy. Anyway, I don't know why I went on that tangent. But let's get into Oracle. The Gunna Tantrika. Gunna Tantrika. Number 5, and Artha of Kali. So I'm getting like Artemis from that, and Tantric. Okay, so let's read number 5. So the Divine Mother manifests the cure for when we feel overwhelmed or confused, or when we feel we're falling apart or locked into stagnation. She is superior. She is the superior medicine, even when we may not be sure what is needed to bring ourselves back into balance. She holds the answers. Tune into your heart, and there you will find her sacred prescription. Trust your inner guiding sense of what to do or not to do next. Trust that a better order is being established. She generates and regulates the three inherent qualities within all phenomena, including our body, mind, and soul. These three qualities are known as the three gunas: sattva, rajas, and tamas. As sattva, Kali is the peaceful detachment and contentment in the moment. She is the fire of rajas, the energy for taking action and hustling for our sacred manifestation. When our actions rest upon a pure-hearted foundation, our activities can become enlightened, bringing spiritual benefit to all beings, even if we don't always recognize the positive and far-reaching impact of our actions at the time. When we need to slow down to heal, ground ourselves, and regroup, Kali is Tamas, I think is how you say it. The heaviness that allows energy to settle. This is the temporary inertia that stills momentum and allows for deep restoration and renewal. The freedom to take rest helps us stay the course for however long is needed to manifest our destiny without becoming desperate, despairing, or exhausted. In such rest, we reset, accessing the courage to drop our attachment to external support systems and even our own plans. When we then become increasingly able to allow, rather than trying to direct and control the manifestation of her divine plan through us. As we call upon her, Kali strengthens these qualities within. Listen to your heart for her guidance. Do you need to be peaceful, to take action, to let go, and regroup? Your inner wisdom is her voice guiding you. Also wisdom for the divine feminine, or the dark feminine even. So yeah, this is about being all the aspects and finding guidance in like our bodies and our wisdom and our intuitive knowing. So it's about instincts as well. The mind, body, the need for detachment, rest. Also doing, the passion energy and like knowing how to use the energies to our benefit. Excuse me. Did I pass it? Alright, so number 36, Artha of Kali. Her heart contains the seeds of your soul and complete awareness of the divine destiny she has always intended for you. There is a sacred purpose for which you are born and a meaningful, divinely protected pathway for you to fulfill it. only you can decide to put your faith and commitment into that path and to take one step at a time in honoring what has value to your heart, tuning into her loving plan. In taking those steps, the pathway will reveal itself, and you shall attract great blessings that will benefit all beings. So wasn't I talking about, doing for yourself and not for other people? If, you're unhappy doing for other people, you should stop. There's something about considering like your truth in what you do, like how you handle life. That's a lesson I've had to learn for sure. Because we stay together for the kids in some situations. We do things for family and friends that we don't necessarily want to do, and I don't think that that's, at this point in time, I feel like that's kind of over. Like, we're not doing that anymore. I don't know. Yes, we still do for people, but it's from the kindness of our hearts, not because we have to. Or like we're obligated to. Like, obligation is kind of out the window. I feel like, okay, the oracle asks you to consider that your belief systems are not a reflection of an inviolable reality, but an expression of the best way you could deal with your past. You owe no allegiance to a belief system. It either supports you or does not. To allow yourself to be supported, to allow yourself to be supported brings benefits to all beings. Give yourself permission to do the inner work necessary to open your mind to a more beautiful belief system. As Kali is rebirthing energy, it is time to dispense with the past, especially if there has been wounds around lack of security. This oracle guides you to open your heart and mind to the reality of the material means necessary for your continued development being provided. So it's assurance that you're capable of genuine material and spiritual prosperity. Basically, you can manifest anything that you want. Not by living beyond your means, or not by living, under someone else's expectation, but aligning with yourself and your inner values, things like that. Anyway, let's see, what do we clarify with? What do I clarify with? The abyss. Alright, so yeah, when we got the 10 of Wands here and Temperance, it's about finding balance and no longer like struggling, to survive in some way where we're having to work and not having any energy to do for self or to, yeah, there's something about that. Clarify 10 of Wands. The Ace of Swords and the 5 of Wands. And the Hierophant, which is what's surfacing. So the Hierophant is surfacing and the burdens are being released. Also, I'm seeing this like darkness and like the truth and clarity is coming through. Like there's something that you're building, so you may have been meant to take on the heavy burden so that you can feel the weight of its load and then release half of it. Like the truth and clarity may be coming in about the system due to like the clarity that you've gained from having to carry so much. So there was a reason for it. It made you this Queen of Wands, King of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. You have like this clarity about like the value of the masculine and feminine energies, where you can take action, you know what it's for, like that divine anger, that rage that we tend to get when we're overburdened or, you know, aren't being seen clearly, or like being injusticed in some way by the system. You know, there's this divine rage that puts you in this go-getter energy, right? Like it was meant to be that you gained that so that you had this perspective, right? You have this treasure, this lesson, this kind of understanding that you have to get the key for. See the key on the box right here? Yeah, so it's like truth and clarity is being provided in the way that like we went through this experience for the key to gain, like there's initiations that go on for you to get keys so that you know things. Clarify Temperance. And that's part of the mastering the craft here. Mastering your craft. For the introspection, for the gifts, right? To be able to move on and move forward and, you know, have the key to cut off this. Also have the truth and clarity. Finding the balance and things, and that's the actions to take. So there's, yeah, clarify Temperance. This may have made you sad because I'm seeing this Temperance card is like the bird is crying. So there may have been sorrows, but like it's like the tears are going into the flame, right? I believe that's a flame. It really looks like a bag, but in a way kind of, I feel like so the only thing that can put out a fire is like water, right? I mean air too, but that's like the main thing. Like in this illustration, it's kind of like now we don't want to put out the flame, but it's like you're maybe, I don't know, in some way it's kind of feeding the flame, or it could be that like the burdens, like in this picture, it's like the wands, right? Like so wands tend to burn, you know. Anyway, it's like, and that's metaphorical. I think like wands are burning. So it's kind of like using that inner fire, or that inner fire that's bringing the tears, you know, the emotion out, the rage, the, like, do you cry when you're angry sometimes? That could be a thing. But it's kind of like not stalking the fire, but like keeping it tamed. I don't know. Or maybe stalking the fire to make you move, right? Okay. So the moon. So that inner rage, right? That flame, that intuition, that clarifying the temperance card. Also, we got the Page of Pentacles, which again, we get the key in his hand, and he's bearing something here, or unbearing something. So there was a hidden lesson, initiation, and whatever this was for you, like this could be taken any kind of way, but something about dropping the burdens. There was a hidden, like, divine path, right? Anyway, 10 of Cups, Page of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. So 2 10s here, and the best 10s, right? So this is how we're showing up. So this could be like nurturing, like that inner authenticity. The Page of Wands is here as well, and what we're expanding on. So I think this has to do with legacy, ancestral, generational, freeing your ancestors in some way. That's what we're not seeing. We're not seeing it clearly. Like we are doing the work. You know, we are doing this kind of freeing. So even though it's kind of like in the 5D, or it's not able to be seen so much, it's still like you see all these attachments. I don't know what they are, but it's kind of being freed from this unbinding. It's hair, right? I think. I don't know. I don't know how to explain what I'm seeing in my mind, but like the tree, the roots, the Carl Jung quote about I can't think of it right now, but the depths that go down to hell and reach the heavens as well. It's like that. It's like being so grounded in what you know and what you feel, like your intuition, that you're gaining these keys to freedom for all of your ancestors. Clarify the Hierophant. the Lovers. Again with the tree. So it's balancing your masculine and feminine. Again with the Page of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Wands. Oh no, 10 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Page of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Clarifying the Hierophant here. So it's about choices, right? Choosing to free yourself and do this work. You answered the call. It was a choice. It was also the bird bringing the freaking key. Like, that is... what the heck? Oh my gosh. Anyways, yes. Clarify the Page of Wands. The 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is a wounded warrior. It's about ascension as well. So you've ascended from this overburdened warrior. Like this. So you get the warrior at the 9 of Wands. But you made it to the 10 of Wands. Like you're... You know what I'm saying? Like... So... We have the King of Swords. The 8 of Pentacles. The 6 of Swords and Justice. This is about... Now you've mastered... Like enlightenment, right? Like this truth and clarity that... You know... The good fight in some way. This 8 of Pentacles. Mastery. Self-mastery, mastering your craft, ascending with this Page of Wands. You got the key, you know, and you have justice coming. There's a balancing, and so like you're on this 6 of Swords energy. Clarify justice. King of Wands. So you're taking action to bring justice to yourself. The High Priestess is here. Intuitively, it's like intuitively you've mastered the flame within you. And that's the justice. So that's the temperance here, right? And the moon energy. The hidden flame. It's alchemy. Like, this is your power now. It's passion, creativity, taking action, going towards your dreams. Again with the key, the High Priestess, the Chariot, the 4 of Swords, finding peace and moving forward, determined. The Tower. This might be like shocking to yourself as well as others. But again, the tree, it's holding, it's like you're holding up your ancestors. Like holding them up, like ascending. Like divine will, you know? This warrior energy that now you can rest. Balance with the yin and yang. The 6 of Pentacles is behind the Tower. So you're a gifted psychic, possibly. You could do tarot. You could have like a wicked, awesome intuition. I don't know. anyways, so something about that, taking action towards justice and balance, that feminine energy as well with the Empress. Empress energy is justice, so you're able to manifest anything. Just because you've cleared your energy from, the things that don't serve, those burdens. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Knight of Cups. Unconditional love of self, unconditional love of the craft. We have the Sun energy, Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. So this is about 10 of Pentacles energy, right? 9 and the Ace. And the King of Swords. So this is about independence, being happy on your own, able to, plant the seed of harvest. Okay. You can manifest whatever you want because you made the choice to answer the call. You've balanced the flame. I mean, I that's what I'm getting here. And now you have the sun in so the sun is just a flame, right? It's a burning flame. You have the ability to manifest anything that you want because you already are whole. And you've reached enlightenment in some way. You mastered your thoughts, your mind. Nothing can stop you. Yeah. So anyway, that was intense. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.